خلاص يلا. طيب بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. اللهم لا سهل لما جعلته سهلا تجعل الحزن والصعب إذا ما شئت سهلا. Yay! طيب inshallah this is going to be interactive session. And the good news is that if you want to be a celebrity and you want to be on YouTube, you can come and answer questions and I'll give you the mic. So you can record your voice and you'll be recorded on this and you will be on YouTube and chances you will be called the following in a couple of days to become a celebrity on YouTube. Sounds like a deal? Yeah? طيب alhamdulillah. طيب احنا today we're talking about Ramadan, right? So I want to start by asking, what does Ramadan mean to you? And again, this is interactive. And I know Ammo has gift cards in the back, right? You want to show them the gift cards? There you go. They look very valuable gift cards. So the one who is more interactive will be qualified for the gift cards. So what does Ramadan mean to you? If you don't want to be seen on the YouTube, you can respond from there, or you can come here and I'll give you the mic, your mic, so you can speak and tell me what does Ramadan mean to you. Okay. طيب Maryam, you want to come? طيب, go ahead طيب. What does Ramadan mean to you? Remember, there are gift cards. And Ammo wants to get rid of them. تفضل يا Ammo. It's the month of Quran. Beautiful. Again, if you want to be on the YouTube, you can come and grab the mic and respond, give your answer. طب what else does Ramadan mean to you, huh? You want to come? No? You don't want to be a celebrity? It means fasting. Beautiful. What else? I am. Aha. So beautiful. So it's a chance for you to come closer to Allah because you'll be doing so many beautiful things. So what else? Huh? Exactly. It's a chance for you to break your old habits and establish new ones. Yeah, that's very good. Yeah. What is it? It's a field for? Oh, yes, field for the poor. Jazakallah khair. That's so beautiful. That's why I said, if you feel comfortable, come here. You'll be on YouTube and you'll be celebrity. طيب, it's up to you. I'll leave it to you. What else? What does come to your mind when Ramadan is mentioned? These are all beautiful things. What else comes to your mind? Yes, Khadija. Fasting, so beautiful. That's intelligent, I'm telling you. You should watch Khadija's, clip on my social media. Hi, Ammo. What do you want to add? Yeah, shaitan gets locked out. Yeah, precisely. And you're responsible for your own actions, which is good, something to keep in mind. Hey, Ammo. It's a month teaches you to become patient. That's beautiful. That's actually this is part of meaning of Siyam. Yeah. Siyam is sabr, patience, right. So what else? Precisely. It's a purification for the mind and the ruh and the body as well. It's a antioxidant process. It helps you to get rid of the toxics of your body. And by the way, fasting is antidepressant. Did you know that? It's antidepressant, and also it's a chance for you to cleanse your body from the toxics. That's right, yes. What else? I'll tell you what comes to my mind when Ramadan is mentioned. Iftar, getting together, having, sweets, atayif. Who knows what's atayif? There you go, right on. What else? Knafa? Yummy, yes. Decorating the house. Did you guys get your house decorated yet? Well, I know that Mariam and Mayar were doing that just before coming. What else comes to your mind? Now we're talking about the real stuff, yes. Taraweeh, beautiful, that's right. But what else comes to your mind? Fun stuff. Yeah? Making food with your mom. Double up on your food consumption at the night to make up for the 3 days you were fasting. Oh, actually, no. 5 hours of fasting. Because technically speaking, you probably fast 5 hours. Because, by the time you get up from your sleep and, get yourself, out of the bed on the weekend, it's less than a few hours, right? Yeah. What else? Huh? ليلة القدر خير من ألف شهر. Precisely. Inshallah, رب صلى الله يكتب لنا ليلة القدر يا ربي. اللهم آمين. Those all beautiful things come to mind. Like, let's contrast, Ramadan with Christmas time. Now, on Christmas time, what does happen in the, surroundings in our city? Decorations, fun stuff. You go to school, if you go to public system, there's a lot of changes, a lot of talk about Christmas, and a lot of gifts giving and stuff like that. And you're talking about when you want to buy your most expensive gadget, just like the stuff, the PlayStation, was it PX that you guys were playing with? You wait for the Boxing Day so you can buy one, right? And or the Black Friday. Because this is when you're able to get it on a deal, right? طيب, does Christmas, like, is it a real time? Like, are we talking about like beautiful time? Is there any value to December? No. Was the time of birth of Isa alayhi salam Christmas? No. They just created illusions to make it look fun, right? طيب, how many of you have spent Ramadan back home? How many of you have spent a Ramadan back home? Did you? How does it look like in back home? Exactly. It's a family time. It's when people get to get together, and the adhan is called. Did you hear the madfa? Yeah. You want to tell us about it? And back home, I'm not sure if they still do it. المدفع لما يضربوا, this is the time. Like, you look at your, the food like this, and then you hear boom, and then God, gotta go, and you attack the food. It's like a sign of war. There's so much beautiful stuff associated with Ramadan. Can we create that here in Canada? Yeah, we can. Precisely. Why not? We can create this beautiful time here in Canada. So why can't we make Ramadan a real fun time for us? Like, decorating home. That's number one. Stock up on your, sweets for Ramadan. We already got our stock up for the Eid, right? We got enough, candy. When we were, by the cashier, she said, you have a retail store? I said, no, this is home consumption. She said, whoa, a lot of sugar. I said, yes, of course, it's for Eid. So what else? We can decorate. We can create this beautiful, time. I personally get depressed by the end of Ramadan. On the first day of Eid, I feel the emptiness. You know why? Because I get used to every day going to the masjid and and iftar with people around us in the masjid, and you have Salat al-Taraweeh, and you listen to the sheikh talking, and you get this very vibrant social environment, isn't it? And on the first day of Eid, everything stops. So you feel the emptiness, right? So that's what I want you to keep in mind. I want you to keep in mind that Ramadan is a real fun time. It's a time that I can't wait to live in, because there's so much beautiful stuff. Let's be realistic. Almost every day in Ramadan, there is something sweet on the table, right? There is a lot of good food, because we can't, we're fasting, we gotta make it up. So you make the best dishes on Ramadan. So it is real fun. طيب, let's contrast the good deals on Christmas with the good rewards of Ramadan. طيب, what does happen in Ramadan in terms of rewarding for the deeds, for the a'mal? Exactly. Ibadat becomes more valuable. Ramadan by itself is a very prime time. Unlike Christmas, which is unrealistic, does not have a meaning. It's just, created to be a business time. but there is no value to it. It's not the time. It's not the time of birth of Isa alayhi salam. They just said, okay, let's wait. Well, it's the end of the solar year, so let's just create celebrity and make it look fun and attractive, and we do the decorations. Well, in Ramadan, we know for a fact you said that the shayateen will be locked, right? And Abwab al-Jannah will be wide open, right? And Abwab Jahannam will be shut. وينادي مناد يا باغي الخير أقبل ويا باغي الشر أدبر ولله عتقاء من النار وذلك كل ليلة. And a voice will be calling, O you who wants good, strive for it. O you who wants evil, cease. And there are those who will be getting salvation from the hellfire every night during the month of Ramadan. What does this mean to me? A chance of salvation. العتق من النيران, right? It's a chance of salvation from the hellfire. So Ramadan by itself is a prime time. Sayyid al-Shuhur, the master of the months is Ramadan. And the master of the days is Jum'ah or Sunday? Jum'ah. Sunday has no meaning. Jum'ah is it's so powerful day. فيه خلق آدم وفيه أهبط إلى الأرض وفيه مات and وفيه تقوم الساعة. All the creations that Allah created value يوم الجمعة. So Yawm al-Jum'ah is a very beautiful day. Unfortunately, it's a working day for us here, but it is a very beautiful day. That's why it's a day off in back home, right? And we go to the masjid and we attend Jum'ah and we go to visit our friends and we get together as a family and we enjoy the time. And we need to do the same here to make Yawm al-Jum'ah very special. So Sayyid al-Shuhur, the master of the months, is Ramadan. طيب, if Ramadan by itself is a very powerful time, what's associated with Ramadan? You already said it, Siyam, right? And what is Siyam? Siyam is a very powerful ibadah. That كل عمل ابن آدم له إلا الصيام فإنه لي وأنا أجزي به. Allah, the Prophet ﷺ said in a hadith Qudusi reporting from Allah Azza wa Jal that all the actions you do will be counted for you. Let's say you read the Quran, with every letter you read from the Quran, you get one hasana. And every hasana is multiplied by 10, so that is 10 hasana, right? طيب, now the malaika can count for you. You read 1 page, 2 pages, they count the number of the letters and they can write it for you. He read 20 pages, or he read this number of letters, and then they can write them down for you. Now, what's with Siyam? What they're gonna do? They are unable to count how many hasanat you get for your Siyam. So they write for you on your scale of deeds. They say, Sama yawman, he fasted or she fasted a day. That's how powerful Siyam is. It is a very powerful ibadah. It's chosen for a very powerful month or time, which is Ramadan. So we get the best of the best. The best of ibadat and the best of time. So what are the rewards of Siyam, Tayyib? Multiple virtues. Siyamu yawmin fi sabilillah, when you fast one day in the path of Allah Azza wa Jal, you keep a distance of 70 years away from the hellfire. Right? So that's how powerful Siyam is. Beside the fact that there's a joy you gain when you break your fast. Let's face it this way. When you keep away from food for, let's say from, and now it will be probably, starting in the fast by 6 o'clock almost now, right? It's about around 6, and we break at 7:30. So that's 13 hours of fasting. When you keep away from food for 13 hours, and all of a sudden you see all these beautiful goodies on the table, what happened to you? You go out of sane, you go out of your mind, you become insane, right? That's exactly what the Prophet wants us to get, because the Sa'imi farhatan, this is a joy. There's nothing wrong with it, by the way. Nothing wrong with it when you fast for 13 hours and then all of a sudden you eat. This is number one farha, joy, right? What's the other joy, which is more powerful than the first one? للصائم فرحة عند فطره وعند لقائه ربه. And when you meet Allah Azza wa Jal, you will be even getting much more joy than the joy you had when you break your fast after 13 hours of fasting, especially when you go to school. طيب, what's in al-Jannah طيب? Unlimited food, rivers of hot chocolate, stacks of donuts. Skittles is not only in small, buckets. It's like, you carry it in containers, skids. And وَأُتُوا بِهِ مُتَشَابِهًا. Each time you eat Skittles, it doesn't taste the same as the first one. So let's say you get the purple color of Skittles, you eat it, wow, it's different than the Skittles I had in the in the dunya. And you say, oh, I'm gonna try another one. You take the same color, it's wow, it's even totally different than the first one. It's more joy. And the good news is you don't have to worry about brushing your teeth at the end of the day. So no worries about that. And in Jannah, there's nothing called you have to get up in the morning for school. You get up the way you want and the time you want, and you go to school in Al-Jannah to chill only. You go to see to your friends, to hang out with them, to have fun, and there's no commitments, no homework, no assignments, and everything is fun in Al-Jannah. That's how beautiful Jannah is. So the first joy you will have here in the dunya when you eat your food, and the more attractive fun you will have is when you meet Allah Azza wa Jal and you go to Al-Jannah. طيب. So this is some of the rewards for fasting in the path of Allah Azza wa Jal. What else comes to your mind as reward for fasting? طاعة الله Azza wa Jal. Of course, you're surrendering and submitting to the will of Allah Azza wa Jal, because now you become, كتب عليكم الصيام كما كتب على الذين من قبلكم, as it's prescribed on those who came before you. أياما معدودات, counted days. Why it's counted days? Now, when you go buy rice from the market, do you go and say, like, I need, my mom said, go get us for tonight, we're having, kabse, kabse or ma'lube, upside down. Do you go and does she tell you, go ask her dad to buy us, 20 rice, the grains? Does she go by number? What does she say? Go buy like, a bag, right, of 10 pounds or 20 pounds and just keep it at home so we can cook from it, right? Because it's like no value for the 1 grain of rice. So you count it in bulk. However, when it comes to Ramadan, it's counted by days. So Ramadan is either 29 days or 30 days, which means it's either 600 or 96 hours or 720 hours. How many minutes is that? 43,000 minutes. How many seconds? 2.5 million seconds. That's what Ramadan means to me. It's counted seconds and minutes and hours I need to take advantage of so I can come closer to Allah Azza wa Jal, so I can achieve the taqwa. And achieving the taqwa is the main outcome of Siyam. Why, Tayyib? What's so special about Siyam, Tayyib? Why is Siyam is going to help you achieve taqwa? What's so special about it? Well, why not Salah, for instance? Why not, giving sadaqah? Why not, for instance, reading Quran? Why Siyam by itself is so powerful, again, can help you to achieve taqwa? Yeah. Patience, exactly. And it's something between you and Allah Azza wa Jal the Mighty. Now, if you are by yourself and your doors are locked, can anyone see you from drinking or eating? No one. But you will not do it. Why? Because you know Allah is watching you, right? So you develop your own conscience, parameters. And by the way, do we eat because we need to eat because our body needs it? What do you guys think? When you get up in the morning and you feel hungry, do you think that your body is in need for the food and the energy? No. That's why we survive. We're talking about the earthquake, survivors. They were saying like, after 8 days, I think, after a week, they still can't get some people alive from under the rebels, right? So you don't need really to eat 5 times a day. Is that how many times we eat a day? Or 6 times? More? More, that's right. You don't you don't really need to eat that much. Yeah, you truly, don't need to eat that much because you psychologically become conditioned to consume food whatever times you have set for yourself. Don't say that to Khadija. Don't mention that to Khadija. So, it's you don't really need to eat. Your body does not need all that food consumption. And most of the time, by the way, whatever you're eating is not nutritious. It's not for the sake of giving the energy or the nutrition to your body. It just becomes a fun habit. So here comes Ramadan to help you discipline yourself and train yourself to become more in control of your own, nafs, and and allow your mind to be more in charge of your own life. And that's what's called mindfulness, right? To be mindful of your own life, to be in charge of your own, life, to be in control of what you do in your life. And that's what Ramadan comes and what Siyam is to teach you. There is a study done about delaying gratification. And they found out a long, term study. They found that those who were able to delay gratification early in their life from teens have proven to become a better adults later on in their adulthood. What does this mean? It means if you're able to delay your gratification, your desires, then you become a much more successful individual. Try it. And that's what Siyam teaches you. It's, proven study. This is not done by Muslims, by the way. This is like a general study. Though they found out that teens who are able to delay their gratifications early in their life, or the children who are able to delay their gratifications, they become more, much more effective individuals later on in their life. Why? Because they're not driven by their own desires, but they are driven with their own mind. And that's what Siyam teaches you. You got the idea now? So I want you from now on to think of it this way. Now, fasting is a beautiful ibadah to Allah Azza wa Jal. Indeed, that's ultimate. This is what we're, من صام رمضان إيمانا واحتسابا غفر له ما تقدم من ذنبه. Whoever fasts Ramadan, إيمانا, what does إيمانا mean? Believing. طب what's احتسابا? Hoping to get the reward from Allah. طيب, what's your reward in return? Your sins all will be forgiven. طيب. Now, when you think of it this way, yes, indeed, I am by myself. No one can see me. And I remember, back in when we were in school, kids, when we go to school in Ramadan and we go to tell the mudarris, oh, I'm gonna go do my wudu. And most of the kids, when they do their wudu, they end up washing their, when they wash their mouth, they rinse their mouth, they do it like 10 times. And I was like, why you guys do too many times of rinsing mouth? Then later on I figured out they were drinking water actually. They were not rinsing their mouth. So, but you prevent yourself from eating or drinking because you want Allah to be happy with you. So you develop your strength to keep away from attractions and gratifications so that Allah Azza wa Jalla will be happy with you. And you can apply this skill, by the way, later on in different avenues in your life. Because later on you will be faced with so many challenges. And as you grow up, there will be so many, temptations around you. And when you're saying, no, ma'adallah, I seek refuge by Allah Azza wa Jal, you can't just say it this way. You have been trained to delay your gratifications and say, yes, I'm going to keep away from the haram because haram is not good and it's a path of misery. And I want to keep it for a safe and a beautiful moment in my life. So I'm going to stay away from haram. طيب. Now, since we're talking about this, can we talk about what's going to happen to you guys when you go to school? How many of you go to public system? Okay. Now, what does fasting mean to you when you go to school? Yeah. Exactly. You don't feel it. But when you go to school, what happened? Yeah, let's hear from you. Exactly. It's more painful, right? You could feel like, oh gosh. Yeah. What you want to share something? Yeah, go ahead. Exactly. Exactly. That's right. But more specifically, when you're in a surrounding where everybody else is like, what, fasting? You're not even drinking? No, I'm not even drinking water. Oh, seriously? Are you sure? Yes, I am sure. So it is very difficult, and I'm telling you up front, very difficult to fast when you go to school. Now the sheikh is making things difficult for you, but you know what? The more difficulties you exercise, what you will get in return? More rewards from Allah Azza wa Jal. So you are actually in the shoes of the Sahaba and the Sahabiyat when they were in Mecca and everybody else around them was not Muslim. They were, fasting in secret. And I heard, there was one of the, I know the reverts who like accepted Islam early in his life. He was sharing with me his experience of fasting Ramadan without his parents' awareness. So he would be taking the food to say, "Oh, I'm just gonna have my food in the in the room," and they eventually busted him. They found out that there's so much food under the bed, and they were like so unhappy. They made his life miserable, and he said, "I don't care. I'm so determined. I want to do it," and he did it. So, in another word, you are now getting more rewards than probably any of your parents because your parents have gone through this, experience of fasting when they were surrounded with Muslims, and when they go to school, it was not that difficult for them, and they grew up in an environment where, Ramadan is a beautiful time. They get rewarded for fasting. When you are not having the same, you're actually getting more challenged to fast Ramadan than anything else. You know what? I have a good news for you. Do you know what happens when you are fasting and someone is eating in front of you? What happens? Google it. Ask Sheikh Google. The malaika. Yes, go ahead, Baba. No, go ahead, yalla. Come on, hit me. No, not like physically, just say it. Ah, you get more hungry. Yeah, of course. Khadija, she gets more hungry. Yes. Al-malaika tusalli alayk. You know what that means? When you are fasting and others are eating in front of you, the malaika tusalli alayk. What does this mean? Yeah. Allahumma ghfir lahu, Allahumma arhamhu. Because the Prophet ﷺ said to us that when you finish your salah and you do your tasbih and istighfar, the malaika will be tusalli alayk. Allahumma ghfir lahu, Allahumma arhamhu, ma lam yuhdith. Until you speak and you do something different than dhikr Allah Azza wa Jal. So in another word, as you go to in your lunch break, or you're in school, everybody is just like drinking this cold juice, or there's eating those beautiful candy or treats, and you look at them as like, oh gosh, these guys don't understand that I'm fasting today, and they do it deliberately. Oh, did you try this, by the way? Do you want to smell it? It's really nice. That's fine. No worries, because you get more rewards from Allah Azza wa Jal. And the malaika will be doing tusalli alayka as long as they're doing this to you. So what does that mean? The malaika will be saying, Allahumma ghfir lahu, Allahumma arhamhu. Ya Allah, forgive him. Ya Allah, give him rahmah. Wow, that's amazing. Next time, I'm going to make sure that when I fast, I go to the cafeteria. Right? Well, there's a lot of rewards into it. You know what when the malaika do istighfar to you and to make dua for you, that's a lot. The malaika who never made a sin in their life are doing this for you. That's a big deal. طيب. Now we explored the social aspect of Ramadan. What challenges are going to be facing you? What does Ramadan mean to you? And how can you make Ramadan more fun and interactive? Because that's exactly what we need to make from Ramadan. We want to make this a unique experience for the whole year. We wanted to build this like beautiful image of Ramadan in our minds. We wanted like, go extravaganza, ask your parents to decorate your home, and it's okay for the month of Ramadan to gain a few pounds, like 20 pounds or 30 pounds during the month of Ramadan. That's okay, never mind, because you'll lose them later on, right? Right? No. No, let's be moderate in our consumption, food consumption. But it's a way to treat yourself, because the Prophet said that للصائم فرحتان فرحة عند فطره وفرحة عند لقائه ربه. Now we need to get busy. Like we need to, when the rubber hits the road, we need to talk practical. طيب, how can I make my Ramadan more effective? Now we need to be practical from your perspective. Now you guys gonna be going to school, right? So that means starting from Monday, you're going back to school. Yay! That's so much fun, isn't it? Come on, guys, show excitement. Oh, you're not excited? No? I know your parents are, because they've been struggling for the past week. Yeah. Let me say, when is the school? Oh, don't talk about school. So starting from Monday, yay, school is going to start again. On Wednesday or Thursday, most likely you're going to start fasting. طيب, tell me, how can you get the most out of your Ramadan while you're going to school? Throw something on me. Share something. Tell me. طيب, I'm going to tell you. First thing you don't want to miss is, there you go, suhoor. There you go, right on. Get into it. Get up in the morning. Make sure you hit, the plates, and just get on it. Just get as much as you can. Now, is it for suhoor or is it for something else? Yeah. Salah. Yeah. Well, we'll do it to it, inshallah. But what's with suhoor? Why we need to get up for suhoor? إن الله وملائكته. يا مريم. Who knows? I know getting up for suhoor is like, you have no appetite to eat. I personally, I barely have water. Like I just force myself to drink water. But why it's important to get, the suhoor meal? Look, we're talking about light stuff, like, 2 plates of kabse and, شوية ورق دوالي. If there's, tabbouleh, it will be nice. And a kibbe would be, not the mishwi one, the niyyah. Maybe a couple of kebab, just, maybe 3 or 4 eggs boiled, not, fried. Whatever, comes in your way from fruits, maybe 3 apples and 5, oranges, and, kiwi is not that bad, 10 of them would be okay, digestible, during, because we're talking about suhoor, because, and, 2 candy bars is okay, not more than 2 candy bars, like, maybe, half a bag of Skittles is, reasonable for that, for suhoor, give and take. What about those, what did we buy that, the gelatino stuff? What's that? Yeah, whatever, junk food, it's okay, never mind. You need that sugar, you need to get hypers. Oh, I'm ready for it now. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على المتسحرين. It's amazing. You know what that means? Allah and the Malaika, Allah the Mighty, we're talking about Allah, and the Malaika يصلون على المتسحرين. Again, what's يصلون? Make dua for you and istighfar. Allahumma ighfir lahu, Allahumma arhamhu. So by getting up for suhoor, you're actually getting the barakat of Allah and the malaika making istighfar for you. Yusallun alayk. That's amazing. So first thing is we need to get up for suhoor. Try to make it moderate. For me, I can't eat suhoor that much, because if it's too early, you need to go back to sleep. It's impossible, because you will be having nightmares and all the details. So make it a moderate, but get something. Preferably something high in fibers and water. Fruits are good for suhoor. Light stuff is good. And then what after that you should do? Before Salat al-Fajr, طيب. Yeah. Yes, Maryam. That's the time, by the way, when Allah will be down to the lower sky and saying, هل من مستغفر فأغفر هل من داع فأجيب وذلك كل ليلة. Allah comes down to the lower sky in the last third of the night and say هل من مستغفر فأغفر هل من داع فأجيب وذلك كل ليلة. Anybody's asking for forgiveness, anybody's asking for anything, and that's every night. This is, by the way, outside Ramadan. What's in Ramadan? Allah comes down in the second third of the night. So, in another word, by the time you make it back home from Salat al-Taraweeh, Allah is already in the lower sky waiting for you to ask for forgiveness and for dua. That's very powerful. طيب. Now, we did our salah of Qiyamul Layl, which is very powerful. And we have about 10-15 minutes left before the adhan is called. What should we do? It is a very powerful ibadah. Not so many people pay attention to it. Very powerful. And I bet you no one will even, pay attention to it. And it's associated, by the way, with the suhoor. Its name is after suhoor. Or its, its time is associated with suhoor. Baba. Yeah, did you know? Yes, that's right. وَالْمُسْتَغْفِرِينَ بِالْأَسْحَارِ. I think it's Abdullah ibn Umar or one of the Sahaba would be doing his qiyam all night and would be calling his servants, is it sahar time yet? And if he says yes, he will stop salah and do istighfar. وَالْمُسْتَغْفِرِينَ بِالْأَسْحَارِ. This is a very powerful ibadah. Not so many people pay attention to it. The istighfar and the sahar is amazing, so powerful. So now we're done. Salat al-Fajr is called. What should we do now? Make sure that before that is called, I'm going to go back to sleep. So that when your parents come to you, oh, it's okay. I need to get some more sleep, or I did not hear that, then it's okay. I wake up, I pray Fajr. That's fine, right? No, you stay awake until Fajr is called, and you have if you don't have a clock for adhan, set your phone on the Salah app, whatever it is, so that the adhan is called at home. You pray your Sunnah and you pray your Fajr. Why Sunnah for Fajr? Because these two ruk'ah Sunnah are خير من الدنيا وما عليها, better than the world and what's in it. So you can imagine what's with Salat al-Fard. طيب. If it's a weekend, you can stay until shuruq, right? Which is probably, give and take, probably 45 minutes. It depends on as the time, days grows, but I think it's roughly between half an hour to 45 minutes. What happens if you stay until after Fajr to pray, to read Quran and do istighfar and tasbih until the sun rises, and you pray 2 rak'ah? You get the rewards of Hajj and Umrah, tamma. You get the rewards of Hajj and Umrah, and the Prophet ﷺ emphasized it, perfect, 3 times. So that's how powerful this. They make this for your, for the weekend program. So what does this mean? That means in Ramadan, no video games, no TV, right, guys? Yeah, those who are sitting in the back, no TV in Ramadan. No, what's those what the shows you guys are watching? Yeah, whatever shows you're watching. No tahinis, right? They watch those tahinis, funny clips. Do you guys watch those tahini funny clips? Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? Tahinis? Yeah. What's so funny about him? I don't know. Oh. Anyways, it's okay to have tahini, inshallah, in Ramadan once only. Not that much, yani. Tahini is a shawarma store in restaurant in Oakville. Anyways, so we go back again. So you get some sleep and refresh yourself and make sure you get up for Salat al-Dhuhr. Remember what we said last time? Catching Takbirat al-Ihram 40 days behind the Imam will qualify you for 2 rewards. What's the first one? Bara'atan من النار وبراءة من النفاق. So catching takbirat ihram for 40 days, that means for Salat al-Fajr, Salat al-Dhuhr, Salat al-Asr, Salat al-Maghrib, Salat al-Isha, for the brothers to make it behind the Imam and say Allahu Akbar when the Imam says Allahu Akbar. If you're able to make it for 40 days, you get 2 certificates. And the Prophet is promising you with this. A declaration of you get the salvation from the hellfire and you're free of hypocrisy. But what's for the sisters? You catch takbirat al-ihram immediately after the adhan. Very simple. Because you're not expected to go to the masjid. You at least make your salah on time. So when you hear the adhan is called, and I hope that, if we don't have a clock for adhan, have your phone set up for, call the adhan. And make sure that you leave whatever you have in your hand. What dawali can wait, the adas soup can wait, whatever you're making can wait, and we just make the salah and then come back again, we can resume work. طيب, how much Quran should we read in Ramadan? Khadija. Every day, that's right, yes. How much? Well, let's start with what's your base for reading Quran. If you were in the past Ramadan able to finish Quran once, how many of you have finished the Quran once last Ramadan? MashaAllah, good for you. That's an outstanding, that's an achievement. Once in your life at least. Likely, alhamdulillah, that's good. طيب, can we, start with whatever base we had in the past and say, this Ramadan, I'm gonna go a little higher. I'm gonna do, 2 juzu, two khitma of the Quran. By the way, let's say if, what grade are you now? You're grade 9. Let's say next year, you go to school and you're excited, you want to go to grade 10, and the school tell you, you know what? We just feel like we want to keep you in grade 9. So we want to send you to grade 9 again. What would you say to them? How would you feel? You get mad at them. Well, I've worked for a whole year and you want me to stay in grade 9? That's insane, isn't it? Now, why after each Ramadan we start all back again from scratch in our ibadah? We should be, after each Ramadan, resuming from what we have finished with and continue a little higher. So if your base was from last Ramadan to finish Quran once, it should be this Ramadan, not once the same, it should be twice. If it was twice, then make it 3 times. If it's 3 times, make it 5 times. If it is, 5 or 6 or 8, make it 10. Is it doable, by the way, to finish the Quran 10 times in Ramadan? Very easily. Very easily can do it, because the minimum you can finish the Quran with is 3 days. 3 times 10, that's 30. These are the days of Ramadan. Is it difficult? No, it's not difficult. You just need to manage your time, because finishing 10 juzu every day means you have 2 juzu every salah. And if you have dedication and ability to do it, you'll be able to do it. Now I know some of you will be going to school, others have work, and sisters have the school home. But it is possible. That's what Ramadan is all about. It comes only once a year, and it's worth it. If you're able to, for the brothers and the sisters, schedule yourself, budget your time, so you're able to get the most out of this beautiful experience. Because you don't know if Allah will make it possible for you to do it the next year or not. Because life is unpredictable. So, in another word, let's also, whatever base of ibadat we had, let's continue and grow from there. And even after Ramadan, we should not be saying, oh, it was very tiring. I feel fresh, like I finished the Quran twice. I feel like I'm reaching the sky. And then after that, you keep away from the Quran for a week and you don't even touch it. Well, then what's going to happen to you? You feel depressed, because your excitement will shoot down, will go back to base again. And then you'll feel sluggish after Ramadan. You feel that there is something wrong with you. There is nothing wrong with you, because you stopped your ibadat and you did not continue. You need not to stop, but grow furthermore, increase. طيب. What about sadaqah? How powerful sadaqah is in Ramadan? Very powerful, right? But practically speaking, what should I do in Ramadan? For you guys, what do you say? What do you think? There's something called collection box. Have you guys heard of this invention? A collection box? Like, you can get a box and write on it, whatever, for the needy, and start dropping money in it. And at the end of the month, you can, count and then go to charity organization and give it to them. This is a good invention. Have you heard of it? No? How many of you heard of this invention? The collection box, donation box? No? Well, get to know it now. Now, every family should have a collection box. And every day, now the parents, go to the bank and get, 2 rolls of loonies, toonies, quarters, dimes and nickels, whatever you want to make it. Every morning, when you get up for Salat al-Fajr, you drop something. And if possible, before you break your fast or after you break your fast, you drop something. Because every day an angel comes down and say, Allahumma a'ti munfiqan khalafan wa mumsikan talafa. Ya Allah, give to the person who gives more and destroy the one who does not give. So we want to train them. We want you to get trained of giving every day. Minimum is to give after Salat al-Fajr or before Salat al-Fajr. So you start your day with the dua of the Malak. Now, what else can we do? Do you want to get the reward of a fasting person? How? How can you get the reward of a fasting person? If you know how to answer this, I'm always going to give you a gift card. Because you guys are falling asleep. There you go. How can you get the reward of a fasting person? Come on. You can cheat by going, on your phone. Hi, Ammo. That's nice, but that's not going to get you your fasting, no, no. Come on, guys, we want the young people to get it. It's an easy gift card. Come on. Go check with Google Shake. Shake Google. Shake Google. Hey, Google, how can I get the fasting of reward or for, a fasting person? Check it out. Oh, well, that's fasting. But we want to get the reward of a fasting person, not yourself, someone else. Oh, no. What? Only the young people? No. Well, okay, go ahead. Yalla. Okay, breaking the fast of a fasting person will get you the reward of a fasting person without decreasing any of your rewards. She's qualified, خلاص, and she can get one. Alhamdulillah. Allah yazikum khair. There you go. Now everybody's awake. Oh my gosh, there we go. طيب. So, طيب, what can I do, طيب, to make sure this is going to happen before Ramadan? Now, all of us have connections back home where we have, organizations. We go to them and say, okay, we need to participate in the Ta'am al-Sa'im, program. Or like masjids. Most of the masajid have, iftar programs. So, you contribute something, or you bring a dish to the masjid, or, send, for the poor people in Ramadan, so they're able to enjoy and be able to fast and enjoy their time of Ramadan. So this way, you'll get the rewarding of breaking the fast of a person without decreasing any of the rewards, but you will get the full reward of theirs. That could be like, giving them dates, or juice. Even though, the scholars said that giving a full meal, shouldn't be just only breaking the fast. طيب, I am really getting tired, and I know you're falling to sleep, but we have a few gift cards to give away. We need to find a way to do it. So we need to have a fun activity to do it. Okay, how can we do it? طيب, we want someone to come here and tell us about their own experience of fasting and feeling so happy. Something you did last Ramadan that made you feel like, wow, that's amazing. I want to do it again this year. And we'll stop the recording. Unless you want to be on the YouTube channel. Who wants to come and share with us? I'll put it off. خلاص.